So you guys love the video where I exposed these AI music detectors. Today, we're going to see if we could fool these AI music detectors using very specific techniques. So first, we're going to switch over to these free websites. We showed how the AI music detectors are all way off. And what we're going to do is test different AIs. So first, we're going to test Google's Lyria 3 Pro. This one's the most high quality, and it sounds very realistic, the sonics of it. So we're going to test Google Lyria 3 Pro, we're going to test Suno, and then we'll even try Sonato just for funsies. So the first website is called Submit Hub. We already did this before, but if I click on the history and play the same song, this is made by Google's Lyria 3 Pro, and it deemed this song human-made, which it is not human-made at all. Now the analysis says 87% human and maybe 9% AI. Just to show you guys, this thing is just not even remotely accurate. And I'm not trying to attack websites. I'm just showing you guys the concept of an AI music detector is just complete bullcrap. So let's add these files to the detector here. All right, so here's the source file. I renamed it so that the sites won't just look at nomenclature and look for AI words. So I renamed it. I'm not sure that makes a difference. It says detector failed. Verification expired. Okay, verification complete. Okay, which one is it? Or is it expired? Is it complete? It doesn't really say. Let's redo this one. All right, so it looks like it's working now. So I just, instead of drag and drop, I had to upload it through their browser. So this one says human-made music, only 25% AI. What does that even mean? 25% AI. This whole track is made by AI. Okay, so I'm just showing you guys like these things are completely off. And this is on a file that has not been changed at all from Google Lyria 3 Pro. This track appears to be created by a human artist. Now let's go to this other website called Let's Submit. They have an AI music detector. Let's upload it through this portal. What's funny here is they also have public streaming sites like Spotify, YouTube, SoundCloud, and whatever this service is, Deezer, which is ironic because firstly, how is that even legal to take audio recordings from those websites? But let's just see what this thing has to say. Now this one flags it as AI generated. So I'm curious to know how it determines this screen submission. So I don't know what that means. So this one says AI generated. So let's see if we could trick Mix 5 Studio B on this website called Let's Submit. Now again, the funny part is that it says only 69% AI generated, but the rest is not AI generated, even though it's 100% AI generated. All right, so what we're going to do is add this song in here. We're going to send it to a channel. I'm going to use my new plugin called AI Mastering 3, BusyWorks Beats AI Mastering 3 at busyworksbeats.com/AI Mastering. What we're going to do is not only turn up the clean knob. The clean knob was built to clean up very hissy audio, like that type of audio in the Suno recordings. It wasn't meant to disguise audio. But what we're going to do is add harmonics to the song. So we're going to use a blending of clean plus these other knobs here. Now the real secret though is the analog button up top and this console area down here. That's going to give it a realism, just turning this one button on. And we're going to turn it down just a little bit to gain what's called headroom. Now let's mess with the clean knob. What this is doing is just taking out, again, those harsh frequencies. It's not meant to disguise AI music. I just want to make that clear. That's not what it was built for. Now let's mess with the bass, let's widen it out. Let's make this loud. So what I'm doing is I'm adding harmonic structure and more linearity, so it makes it harder for the AI to determine the harmonics and the AI-ness of a song. So here's before, after. Here's before. All right, so let's render this and see if it has the same outcome. Okay, so I've renamed the file to see if it And also, we got to remember this site sells screen submissions as a playlist curator. Use Let's Summit to filter AI music from your playlist submission automatically. So they're selling a service to try to screen out the AI. So of course they're going to be biased to tell us stuff is AI, because then we're going to be like, oh, this screens AI, and then we're going to buy into the service. So for that reason, I'm a little skeptical. Let's analyze this song and see what it has to say here. So again, these 3 sites are giving 3 different outcomes, which, like I said, who's to believe what? How do you know what is what? Okay. And again, if they're pulling from Spotify and SoundCloud, how is that not against their terms of service to stream your audio directly from those websites into this thing? So kind of red flags already is my point. Okay. And then what we're going to do here is try different ones like Suno, Sonato, and then we're going to even try some human music blended with AI and maybe some human music by itself. So we have a lot of testing to do. Okay. This one says unable to analyze, no preview available for this song. Please try another one. So our plugin just basically made the AI machine confused as if it, what's the English? We just tricked the system is what I'm trying to say. That simple plugin, the BusyWorks Beats AI mastering plugin, it was not built to do this, by the way. I want to be very, very, very clear. This plugin was not built for you to trick systems. I'm just showing you a byproduct. Okay. The plugin was built to clean up audio, like the hiss and the bitiness of it. It was built to clean that up initially, and then it turned into a mastering plugin. That's what it was built for. It was not built to trick systems, but we just tricked the system using this plugin because we transformed the audio. And that's what I'm saying is, hold on, guys. And that's what I'm saying, guys, is when you have specific harmonic content in a song, we went over this in the first video, the machines don't know what's AI and what's not AI. When you have all this stuff over top of the AI-ness, it can't tell. Okay, so the other sites, they're definitely going to say it's human made because they already did say it's human made. So now let's test Suno. Let's see if a Suno song will pass. Now we're going to use the latest version to be fair to Suno. We're not going to use the old versions. And let's use something that's a little more like hip hop. So it could be plausible that it's human. Let's use something let's see if we can find something without a voice. Now let's do this one. I think it has the best vocal. All right, so this is called Ooh. Okay, let's find that file. All right, so here we found the file. Let's see if it detects the Suno output. Now, what I would assume is behind the scenes, a lot of these platforms, they generate a bunch of Suno stuff in different genres. This one says made by a human. Oh my gosh. These AI detectors are just not good, you guys, as you guys can clearly see. All right, let's try site number 2. And like I said, I think this site is biased to tell you that stuff has AI because they sell services on how to curate out the AI. So wouldn't it be in their best interest to tell you something's full of AI? So when it doesn't want you to think it's human, it's like, not sure. But then this one says made by a human. That is completely wrong. And I think it's looking at the base, if I had to guess. This one says detection failed again. I just realized this is Submit Hub. Isn't this the website people come to put their music on Spotify? Their AI music checker doesn't even work. This is like one of the industry's leading platforms to get your stuff. Like, isn't this one of the credible websites, Submit Hub, if I'm not mistaken? And their thing is like not even working. So if you can't trust Submit Hub, you definitely can't trust these other things. So this one says 87% AI, according to Aha Music. So, but then this one, the most honest one or accurate one so far, got this way wrong. So you see how like some genres work, some don't. I don't know how these things are built, but I think they basically, in my opinion, what they may have done is gone to Suno and all these different websites and generated a bunch of audio. And they've only trained their machines off of that audio, whatever version of Suno it was. So they're taking Suno outputs and trying to cross-reference is what I assume they're doing. I have no idea what they're doing behind the scenes. So let's see if we could trick the site, Aha Music. And here it says hybrid AI and human made. Oh my gosh. And it says analysis may be inaccurate due to short audio. The audio is not short. This audio, let me see how long this is. First of all, why would you need 5 minutes of audio to determine something's AI, first of all? So this is not looking good for these websites, but let's see if we could trick Aha Music. So this one thinks the Ooh Baby song sounds AI. So let's run it through our processing and see if we get a different reading. Now let's get the number exactly. So it says 87% AI. All right, let's run this through. All right, so here we got it going through the AI mastering. Again, the first tool to make it sound real is hit this analog button and then turn up the British console right here. Now everything else is dependent on your taste. You can mess with the clean up if you want. That helps take out this. Again, it wasn't meant to trick systems. I just want to make that clear. Now we also have a new button called AI Master where I will literally master for you. So let's just do that. Just click that little button right here and just wait. I love you. So here's before. Here's after. Let's give it a little width. Just again, I think width tricks the systems, if I had to guess. Ooh, baby. Ooh, I love you. I love you. Because now we have stuff on the side image, it's called. So now we're going to export this and see if this version. And it could be too the name of the file. I didn't think to change the name. All right, so using the same exact website, we're gonna upload this new file processed through the AI mastering and see if we can get it lower than 87%. I also renamed it to try to see if that's part of their detection system. I would assume they have some kind of system to look at the file name. Like if it's too generic, like neon lights, it's clearly AI generated, or most likely AI generated. So that might have text flags on the upload as well. So for that reason, I renamed it. Now it says verification required. What is this thing keeps failing? They need to fix their system. Yeah, so guys, it looks like this system is just like failing. It says failed to execute JSON on a response unexpected end of JSON input, whatever that means for this site. So this keeps failing over and over and over again. So we're going to try these other websites to see if it will. So again, this one says made by a human, which is just very crazy. That was fully AI. This is inconclusive. Oh my goodness. What does that even mean? Oh, baby. Ooh, baby. The AI music. Okay, so here's this breakdown. It says spectral analysis. It says hybrid. Most likely 88%. 88% of what? Oh, hybrid. It says human probably not. What? Human probably not 7%. So I guess it's the AI. Pure AI, highly unlikely 5%. This doesn't even, like, what are they measuring here? Temporal analysis, human 85%. So I guess it thinks it's human, but it can't decide. We officially broke the detector system. This one doesn't even work anymore, apparently. Let's try this website just to see if this changes. All right, so it says it's made by a human. We tricked it again. So this site just completely just gave up on trying to verify. It just gave up. This site just keeps giving us confused answers, submit hub. So we're clearly doing something to the system to where it cannot detect the AI music from our small change that we made with the AI mastering. I just showed you guys it's 3 knobs. We didn't even change that much about the audio. We just made it wider. We made it more harmonically rich, and we cleaned up some of the AI artifacts. So let's try one last style, which is Sonato. So Sonato is an alternative. I used to think it was good, but then when you really compare it to Suno, it's just not there. It's not there. Now it does celebrity sound alikes, but it's not Suno. So let's see if we can find something from here. Maybe I'll do like 50 Cent. I thought I had a 50 Cent one in here. And let's do some more modern music so it's not like 1970s, because it might screen for time period too. Let me find a track. So this one came out crazy.
Then the hard turn go first, then the powder soft. This about a steady with a last of life. This about a steady with a last of flights. This about a steady with a last.
Like it sounds like a musical powers. Wait, I gotta find that part.
Bowls of water, mix it with the bacon. This about a steady with a last of life. This about a steady with a last of flights. This about a steady with a last of price. This about power.
So I just think that's funny. So let's run this one through. Now it's very concatenated in the way that it does the vocal. It's like, it's about a steady with the class. It's almost like, you know, those letters psychopaths or the like murderers, serial killers leave with the like patched together letters. That's what it sounds like audio wise. just by this platform's technology. Clearly trained off of known people. But regardless, let's run this through the AI mastering and see if we can get it to change. Again, the first step to make it sound more real is the analog button here. Just press one button. And then the British console, just turn this up. So here's before. Here's after. Let's mess with the clean knob too, because this one's very... Now again, this tool was never built to disguise against detectors. That's not what it was built for. The clean knob was built for the hissing and the very sharp resonances and what's called AI music. Now let's hit the AI master button so it automatically masters it for us. This about a steady with a last of life. This about a steady with a last. Widen out the bass a little bit. This about a steady with a last of price. This about power. It's like it. Just bring it down, go on. So here's before. Got a big glass, I'll back it up. Check mark, check mark, check mark, check mark. The loss of fear and gives infallibility on God. Everybody like these on blasters, but off of that wallet water, but you just got to put it on straight trick. So you're skinny aside my chinks as I'm a step this bitch. So I think this is where it started making up language. So I think, to be fair, let's cut it where the lyrics cut off. Heist, it's life, it's heist, it's a power. It's like it. Let's chop it right here, because after that there was no lyrics, so it just starts speaking like a different language. And this is only a minute long. All right, so let's render this out. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is actually test the source sound first to see if they even pick up on this. So I renamed it eDog Physical Power just so I could trick it. And I named it, the first original one's called Radio Snippet. That way I know which one is which. So we'll put that in and see if Submit Hub can detect that. Let's see if this website wants to work. And let's use this on here, upload this. File too large. Okay, so apparently they have a file size limit. Okay, that changes a lot. Because if their concern is saying the song is not long enough, well, you're gonna have to feed them an MP3, which is actually a lower quality, which is very interesting. All right, so for that reason, we're just gonna keep moving here. All right, so we're doing wave, which is the highest quality. That's why we're doing this. All right, so Submit Hub says possible AI detected. Submit Hub's giving us the most vague answers. It's like, could be, not sure, could possibly be. This thing is guaranteed AI, so it's not sure. And I think these accurate and inaccurate buttons are trying to teach us to actually train AI. So I'll say strong AI. I'm not even gonna vote, okay? But what if we voted inaccurate to trick the system to be trained on saying that AI music isn't AI music? Why would they even have that feature to where we're training their systems? That's dumb. Okay, so again, this site just doesn't work. This one says made by humans. Y'all, this is the original. I just want you guys to understand. This is the one from Sonato. Like the musical quality is just clearly made. It's very thin. Not saying it's bad, but it's not.
300 bowls of water, mix it with the baking soda. 100 pot stack in the kitchen, water boiling, water ripping. 2 Pyrex on the kitchen stove. 1, 2 hot.
I mean, it's good. I guess for the average ear, you might not be able to tell, but for a pro producer, you get clearly hear that's AI. So we get Submit Hub saying they're not sure. We got Let's Submit saying that it's made by a human. So now let's introduce the mixed version and see if they give us a different result. So the mixed version is called Mix 7. I renamed it to try to trick the uploading systems, and I wonder if they look at the dates on the files too. I'm curious if they look at that. All right, so let's analyze this. Again, this site, it says needs to be less than 20 megabytes. This one's 23. Let's see if it throws an error. Okay, so now it's throwing us an error when before it didn't matter. Okay. All right, so here is Submit Hub. So let's pause the video. So after we added our AI mastering, it says human made. Y'all, we tricked the system. That was not even the intent of my plugin, to trick systems. I swear to you, that was not my intent. The intent was to clean up the audio from Suno because it was very like that. So I made a plugin to clean that up. Now we're getting human made. All we did was run it through the BusyWorks Beats AI mastering tool. And again, I wanted to say this. I'm not guaranteeing that you're going to help bypass AI music detectors. I just think AI music detectors are BS to begin with. So this was not the intent of the plugin. I'm not adding that as like a benefit of the plugin. I'm just showing you guys facts that we tricked the system when we ran it through the AI mastering. So that should show you guys a lot. Go to busyworksbeats.com/AI mastering to learn more. Peace out, guys.